There's a monster under my bed, and at my window there's a dragon. I accepted the challenge, it turned me into a savage. I broke a promise to myself again. I don't know why I am so vulnerable. They try to help, but I won't let them in. I guess rock bottom's where I'm comfortable. Both my feet planted when most people would've panicked. I embraced the storm. I found beauty in what was damaged. I'm not afraid of the boogeyman. Instead I look at him like he's a friend. There's not a monster out there in the world. They're scarier than the one that's within. There's a creature in my closet. I can hear him rumbling around. The demon screaming in the distance creates such a humbling sound. The monster that's outside my window, he's like family to me now. The things that people are afraid of never let me down.
Not to say this, no, but I'm hated, so my religious freaks say I'm the biggest beast and that I made it grow. When I spray this flow, I created more creatures are like when I heat up the mic. I'm a breed of the night, but I'm tainted though. By the darkness I'm binded, I sparked it and shined it. They find it cause mine is woe. But that they label me a demon seed. Wanna disable Nina, see them bleed, hinder me fatally and see them grieve, no. You would not believe the creature inside me. If you deceive, Khalifa's lively. We disagree when people defy me or try to take his. Whatever the fuckery toward them, you don't wanna wake this. You forsake his with a sacred, then it's over no matter what your faith is. I'm a creature.
There's a creature in my closet. I can hear him rumbling around. The demon screaming in the distance creates such a humbling sound. The monster that's outside my window, he's like family to me now. The things that people are afraid of never let me down.
I managed to get myself in trouble, all of this pain. Yeah, I'm damn in the dope, but dose of liquor's always to blame. If I could keep myself sober, I keep my hands to myself. I take a shot and it's over, that's how I end up in hell. I hope I don't pass it down to my offspring. They get everything from their daddy, feel like I'm addicted to all things. There's no reason to change, gone too far now. And I'm stuck in my ways, back at the bar now. They say I'm a flirt and they right, I ain't perfect guy. So when I'm thirsty and perking and purposely searching for something that's hurting me so I just can't pack up and go, I just back out of it slow. That's how it go, I got to back out the hole. When next like I don't know. Okay. I think they be laughing at me, hands be grabbing at me. Feel like God let it happen to me, dabby blast for me. And these be a dabby dash really. Okay, yeah. I think I better let it go. Either that or I gotta let it know. And I can't do that.
There's a creature in my closet. I can hear him rumbling around. The demon screaming in the distance creates such a humbling sound. The monster that's outside my window, he's like family to me now. The things that people are afraid of never let me down.
Okay, I did it again. I'm late. I had an incident with my coffee. Let me know that you can hear me okay. I'm having all kinds of issues right now, which I shouldn't be because I set this up yesterday. But then actually I changed almost everything that I had already set up. I made one yesterday and then I just didn't do it. I was like, nah, I don't really feel like this. But I got so many different random things today. I just have to make sure you can hear. All right. Kels says you can hear me. Kels, what are you doing? Are you going to do one today? Lori, you what are you two doing? You've been pretty absent lately. Thank you, Dodie. Thank you, Chaotic. What's up, Chicken Lady? What's up, Jackie? I don't think I've seen you in a while. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I had to get my coffee. It's always about coffee. Let me take some actually right now. Hello, Flossie. Let me see here. Let me get my ass together. Let me get my ass together. Now, let's see. Actually, this is a bit off the subject, but Have we yet seen any Ernie Shell sightings? What day are we on for quitting? Are we on like day 3, day 4? I kind of forget, actually. I just thought of that. Does anyone know what number we're on? Is this a new world record? The record might be tomorrow, actually. I'm not sure. I feel like we might see him today. I have a feeling. Oh, I see, Jackie. I get it. I see. Makes sense. See, I asked the question. Now I don't even know what Kel's answer. Damn it. Dang it. I seen it. Yeah, that's one thing I don't go on there, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see. Hey, Sheila. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a sniffle. Is this like the fall sniffle maybe? Okay, let me see here. He popped up on Facebook once. Okay. Interesting. Let me get my screen ready here. Oh, actually, before we start, first I'm going to do a couple of recent news clips, recent happenings in the World Wide Web, in the world, actually. But one of the things that I found on a clip was particularly interesting to me about a certain energy drink. Like it's like a little shot, and I knew it had something to do with kratom. And I said, "Well, wait a minute, that's sold at a store by my house." So I actually went in and kind of like did a little impromptu interview with the guy at the store clerk, and I asked him a bunch of questions about it. So I recorded that. So after I show you the clips, I'm going to give you his take on it as a sales clerk. There is a bit of a language barrier, but it's not too bad. But he's a real nice man. He's very shy, so I didn't put him on the camera. I sort of put a couple blockers up there, but you can basically tell him in the store and you can hear him. So that's all that's important. His take on the energy drink is pretty funny. He's very very shy and quiet. He was getting bullied once by a drunk guy, and I was like, "You're not going to threaten my favorite store clerk. He's a nice man." I called the cops on his ass. Yes, I did. Like, you're not. I thought he was going to beat up my favorite store clerk. I wasn't going to have it. He looked a little nervous about the cops, but I'm like, I have to protect you. I thought he was going to beat you up, bro. What up, Cornholio? Is he from Kentucky? Ooh, I got a couple more of those rabbit holes too. I changed around the content because some of them are long, and then I start filling up the tabs, and I'm like, well, that one's going to take too long. And then I'll say, oh, that one's kind of sad. I don't want that one. But I have one up here that's kind of sad at the beginning, but it has a better ending, I think, even though I didn't watch the whole ending. And then I just thought of something else I wanted to pull up. It's like some of them are too long, and then all my short clips would make the whole damn thing too long. So, but then again, sometimes I have time to just chill and get nothing done. What up, Mr. Nobody? Don't throw your eyeballs at me. Okay, so we got cornhole in the house. Let me do a few short happenings in the world, and then we'll get to my drink that I think, and interestingly enough, guess what the main ingredient in the drink is? Kratom. I've had my eye on it for a while. It's like a liquid kratom shot. And when you hear my interview with the store clerk, he's like, you get addicted. You try one. And I'm like, no, sir. He tried to sell me one, actually. I'm like, no, thanks. So that was kind of funny. Don't you be throwing those eyeballs at me, bro. Okay. Anyway, okay. So I heard about this somewhere. I didn't watch the whole clip yet. I'm saving it to watch with you. But I heard that an 11-year-old boy is now passed away over playing a game with some youngsters, a little ding-dong ditch. So it's just not like when we were kids. So I guess as parents, you gotta probably, you don't want your kids doing that shit. You never know what could happen, right? We got a couple clips on that. So here's the first news clip.
11-year-old boy dies after being shot while playing a game of ding-dong ditch with his friends. It happened last night on Racine Street. That's off Fidelity Street in Southeast Houston. Our Orko Mana joins us from the neighborhood after speaking with detectives. Orko.
Well, Cheryl, an HPD homicide detective tells me that that 11-year-old boy died around 2 o'clock this afternoon after getting shot multiple times. I'm told that the shooting happened near that intersection after a game of ding-dong ditch that happened at this home. And I'm also told that police are executing a search warrant right now at this home after finding multiple.
Pause. This is very inappropriate, but so is my mind sometimes. I literally have a song playing in my head right now, and it's not even appropriate. And it's no disrespect meant. I'm just telling you what's on my mind because my brain works that way. Sometimes I'll have two things going at once or more. You know that? Remember that song, like probably when a lot of us were teenagers? Ring ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. Okay, we'll carry on now.
Multiple guns inside.
I know,
now
it is
take a look at
actually
this
sad.
video from overnight. This is video from last night. You can see someone coming out of the blue home on Mimbro Street near Fidelity with their hands up. A little bit before that, police used a loudspeaker ordering them to surrender. Houston police confirm with me that that person has been detained for questioning.
Dr. Dre.
Investigators say that 11-year-old and other kids were ringing doorbells at several homes around 11 o'clock last night. After they rang the doorbell at the home on Mimbro, police say someone chased one of the kids at the intersection and shot him in the back. He was taken to the hospital, and as I said, he died this afternoon. I asked police about the person who was detained. Has that person been arrested officially?
No one's arrested at this time. We've identified a possible suspect from the house. He's in questioning now. We're questioning that person, and we're working with the DA's office.
Police also tell me that they've collected some video evidence here at the scene. And as I mentioned, HPD is executing a search warrant at the home right now where multiple guns, including rifles, were found inside. At this point, it's unclear what potential charges the person detained could face. We've also been speaking with people who live in this area. You're going to hear from them about the moment those gunshots rang out overnight, coming up tonight at 10. Reporting live from South.
You just never know. You can pick the wrong house to, fuck around like that. I mean, well, there's a little bit more on it. I have a little bit more, and you'll probably understand why. You never know if there's mental illness, PTSD, if somebody thinks they're getting robbed, if they're just using their rights to protect their property. They don't know you're just a kid playing around. You just can't risk shit like that. But you just never know what's going through someone else's head on the other side of the door. Pause. Actually, it's also a good reminder as proper. Look at me. I'm afraid to say gun on here. It's so fucking ridiculous. Proper gun owners to use proper gun safety and to know what you're shooting at, too. That's also very important. Yes. Now, Duncan, do not bark at that Amazon man. I need that delivery. Duncan. Damn, that's a big feedback. Cut it out. Hey, come here. Hey! I think he's done now. Sorry, guys. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Sorry. Drove by again. Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Wait a minute. So I had to pause this because it was from my understanding, I thought they were just fooling around playing the game. I kind of saved the rest of these clips to watch Raw with you guys. I didn't realize he was laying there like hunting like that, like waiting to come back. I thought it could have been a mistaken, like, you're executing your rights to protect. You know what I mean? Like, you think it's a robber or something. I didn't realize he was lying in wait like that for them to come back. So that's a little different. My whole thought might change on this. Okay. You guys have no sound the whole time? Was there really no sound? Are y'all trolling me? Who was that? Who knows? Are you trolling me? Okay. Okay, sorry. No, you're not trolling me? Can you hear the clip? All right, now I feel like the whole chat's messing with me. Okay, you see the guy, but there's no sound. You only hear me? This is another news clip. They're talking about how the guy lied in wait for them to come back and literally was hunting them, and I didn't know that. So you got, okay, so, I didn't share it. That's why, my freaking mistake. See, I do this every now and then. That's why I need you guys to keep me in line. I'm just going to drink this coffee and start this shit all over again. Well, that's horrific. What did I get from Amazon?
In H-Town. Our next story takes us there, and that's where an 11-year-old boy was fatally shot over the weekend after a
Let's start right here because I already did that. We're going to go to the lawyer guy.
This was someone brutally murdering an
Thumbs up now?
11-year-old simply because they were mad. We have a little boy who didn't even have a chance to get his life going yet, and just struck down for nothing.
It was Saturday night when the victim, identified as 11-year-old Julian Guzman, and his 11-year-old cousin went to play Ding Dong Ditch in their
Okay, thumbs up. Thank you.
Houston neighborhood.
Thank you.
The last house they knocked on sits on the corner of Fidelity and Membro.
Tragically, they picked a house to do it potentially 3 different times in the span of about 15 or 20 minutes. And the third time, the homeowner was laying in wait for him to come back. And when they did, as they were running away, he stepped out, fired once into the ground.
Kels, why are you flipping off the chat?
Evidence is showing so far. And then drew down on these 2 little boys and shot one of them in the back, killing him.
It seems like the suspect shot the 11-year-old in the back and then just went back in his house.
That's exactly what it appears to be. He just shot him down in a
Yes, I did see that one. I have it saved.
Went back about his business.
Meanwhile, records say that Guzman and his cousin ran for about a block before Guzman collapsed, and his cousin tried to drag him to safety. Guzman died the next day at the hospital. Leon was detained and questioned twice over the weekend before he was finally arrested. There were multiple firearms found in the house. Do we have any idea the legality of those?
That's part of the investigation as we're doing it right now. We recovered more than 20 firearms from inside that home. We had a number of rifles that were seized, a number of long guns, and
I think there's one little short clip after this. It's shorter than this, and I think it might explain a little more.
At least 3 handguns is my understanding. And what you can never do is discharge your firearm out of anger.
Is fighting with Chad.
Ever. When things like that happen, tragedies like this occur.
I understand this guy was a father himself.
That's what we found, is that he had a young child in the home.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Still decided to draw.
Well, now that kid loses a father too.
Down and murder an 11-year-old.
What the fuck?
And Austin, there has been speculation online that these kids could have possibly been doing some kind of a social media challenge and doing more egregious things to neighboring doors than just knocking and running away. We have reported on social media challenges of the such before, but Sean Tier, the district attorney, he says that wasn't the case here. He says this was just your typical ding-dong ditch that's been around since the 80s. And there has been no bond set in the case at this point.
I didn't know he had a kid
there
in the
is
house.
a bond hearing for Leon tomorrow, and the state says they expect to request a $1 million bond in this case. Austin.
Okay, that's even crazier. You know, like not only was this kid's life taken, this other child, your own child's life, is going to be stained by this forever. He's going to have PTSD. This kid lost his life, and the other one lost his father forever, and he's forever going to be tainted by your crime. Okay, let me make sure I share the tab this time. I think this just gives a little more info on the suspect himself, and then we'll move on to other things. I didn't even realize that because I saved these clips. Hi, Schmoopy.
This morning, a judge set a $1 million bond for
That's
the
what
man
I'm wondering.
accused of shooting and killing an 11-year-old playing a doorbell prank. Gonzalo Leon Jr. appeared before a district court judge for the first time. You can see him there in the orange jumpsuit. He was quiet and answered all of the judge's questions. KPRC2's Rochelle Turner attended the hearing and is joining us live at the Harris County Criminal Justice Center. Rochelle, what are the key takeaways from this first court appearance?
Andy, good afternoon to you. We have a lot of information to get through. Now, according to prosecutors, Leon was arrested by SWAT at a La Quinta Inn motel in LaPorte, which is about 20 miles from his home. And prosecutors pointed out that he had a large bag of clothes with him. They also pointed to a 2019 arrest out of Guadalupe County for terroristic threat of a family member. Now, that case was dismissed, but on the other hand, you have Leon's defense attorney who said that he only left his home because he was trying to protect his family and that there was a large presence of media in the neighborhood. He also told us that Leon is a disabled Army veteran and he has no prior history of any criminal past. Take a listen to what he said when we asked him about it.
It's unfortunate that 2 out of the 3 bigger claims that were made, we believe are factually inaccurate. One was the claim about the Guadalupe case, which was a case of mistaken identity. Literally, we have different sisters,
Man, back when I was a kid, you did like door-to-door sales, like selling, like Girl Scout cookies and shit. I mean, I know things are different now, and they tend to do them at like grocery stores at the entrance and shit like that. But you can't even do that. You can't safely you don't even know who's going to be on the other side of the door or what they're going to do anymore.
Complaining witnesses, there's absolutely no link. Even after informing the district attorney's office of that, they continue to represent those facts, even stating maybe they're not true. At the same time, the last one about whether or not he's a United States citizen, it's interesting because he served our country and then he decided to exercise his Second Amendment rights to owning firearms, which he protected our country for, one of those rights. And they decided to use that as an aggravating factor.
What a mess.
Now, Leon entered the courtroom in a jumpsuit and shackles. Prosecutors were at probable cause, saying Julian Guzman and his 10-year-old cousin were walking home from a family party when they decided to play Ding Dong Ditch at Leon's home. Investigators say Leon came outside dressed in dark clothing and armed with a gun. The 10-year-old cousin.
That's true, Flossie, but these days, if mine was still at home, I wouldn't even send her beyond the street door to door. Like if she was at that age, it just feels like a different kind of world. There's like, you get these apps that show how many perverts are in your neighborhood and shit like that. So you don't know. It just makes you think more of things you didn't think about then.
Told police he heard at least 2 gunshots. One struck Julian in the back. The boy collapsed and begged for help and later died at the hospital. Police later searched Leon's home and found around 20 firearms, including rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Prosecutors argued the severity of the crime alone warranted a high bond.
Firearms and the use of firearms is not the answer. Whether you're on the freeway getting cut off, or you're in your own neighborhood angry at a group of kids, you can't utilize a gun, period. This is the kind of thing that happens. We have two families that have been ripped apart forever.
Yep.
We have one who lost a little boy before he even got to start his life.
You traumatized your boy.
A father of a child and a husband who is facing life in prison because of one angry act.
And you just ruined your family, dumbass.
This isn't the answer. But, you know, again, I've had the conversation already with my kids.
So there was a lot of new details we learned in court today. We also learned that the state is also trying to push for this to be a capital murder charge. We do know that it's still very early in the investigation, but if this were to happen, then Leon would be given life in prison. But because of the little boy's age, because he is 11 years old, Leon would not qualify for the death penalty. So as this case progresses, we will, of course, continue to learn more about all of the details. For now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio, reporting live from the Harris County Criminal Justice Center. I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC2 News.
Rochelle, thank you.
I mean, with proper gun safety, wouldn't you have to think of it as an imminent threat to justify?
He would have killed me.
Stop this. Shouldn't it be some sort of justified threat before you can say that you did that and act like that? Like it sounds like he already, according to this, I'll say that it sounds like he already knew and waited for the child to come back. Now, how can you view 11-year-old as a threat more than it sounds like a fit of anger and rage? And then to be this angry to do something like that, to not even think, you just in a split moment of rage, you have a young child in your house. Your young child witnessed you killing another child. How do you think that's going to stick? You know what I mean? There's so many fucked up things with this. I don't see it just as a justified threat. If you laid there hunting, you could have called the police on the kid. You could have waited there to scare him away. It's not like there was a robber at your door with a weapon. You were protecting your house with a gun. You knew a child was coming back. According to this, I'll say, since I don't know every single fact out there, just according to what I'm listening to here. So I don't know. It's just a shitty thing, really. Let me get rid of these tabs so I don't play them again. Well, at least I have funny stuff at the end. I try to save the funny stuff because this isn't really very nice stuff to listen to. But it is recent. Let me pull up something else since I just dropped everything. Let's see what we have next. I have two similar stories. Some of you might have heard of both of them. The first one, let's see. Hope my dog doesn't bark again. This happened at a ball game. It's going to speak for itself, basically. But a man, a hat. Wait, all right. There's two different ones. This one is a hat snatching. A CEO from a company snatched a hat from a kid at the U.S. Open. Right? He wanted the hat. The kid got the hat first, and he basically snatched it from him. Well, you know how social media is these days. The guy was recognized. It was found out that he's a CEO of a company. And basically ever since this happened, his company's getting ran to the ground. He's getting killed on social media. Everybody's leaving terrible reviews. You know how it works on social media when you do shit like this. Well, I got two of them. So the first one, it's crazy that I actually have two, but let's make sure it's actually up here this time. This one should be fairly quick. Hi, Angel Eyes.
Millionaire is speaking out today after facing backlash for stealing a hat from a child at the U.S. Open this week.
What kind of grown man snatches a gift meant for a child on live TV in front of millions of people? That's exactly what set the internet on fire when a clip from the U.S. Open went viral. It all started right after Kamil Maczycak's match at the U.S. Open. The Polish player had just pulled off a win and wanted to give back to his fans. He spotted a boy named Brock near the court, walked over, and lifted his cap toward him. It was one of those small but unforgettable fan moments.
Look at that.
But then something no one expected happened.
Look at that
Before
shit.
the cap reached the kid's hands, Piotr Szczurek, a Polish CEO, leaned in, grabbed it, and claimed it for himself.
Damn thief. The
boy tried to...
Oh, did you hear him? He said, "What are you doing?" Did you hear that? You bully bitch.
Protest, but the cap was already gone. The entire thing was caught on camera, and in seconds,
hell
the clip
no.
started spreading. What
I can't help but think, where's the, where's the adults there? I would have lost my ever-loving shit. If I was the parent there and if I saw that happen, the guy wouldn't have had the hat.
made it worse was the reaction of the boy. His disappointment was clear, and the crowd knew instantly this wasn't how the moment was supposed to go. Online, the scene was replayed endlessly. People zoomed in, slowed it down, and shared it with captions calling the act greedy, shameless, and downright bizarre.
I'm wondering if the kids were up in the stands, probably something like this, Kels. Maybe they were up in the stands and the parents let them go down to try to get an autograph. That's what I'm guessing, because I don't see any around them. Something like that, maybe.
By the time most people woke up the next day, nearly everyone scrolling social feeds had seen it. And the question hanging in the air was simple. Who was this man? And why would he do that? But that wasn't the whole story. Because the internet didn't just stop at mocking the video. It went looking for answers. The internet doesn't rest.
No, it
especially
doesn't.
when a clip like this goes viral. Within hours, online sleuths had tracked down the man in the video. His name?
Skip Tracer's gonna skip trace.
Piotr Szczurek, a wealthy CEO from Poland who runs a paving company called Drogbrook. Suddenly, this wasn't just a viral clip. It was a public scandal attached to a name, a face, and a business. And with that connection, the backlash exploded. People flooded comment sections, memes started flying, and even his company's search results got Google bombed. Instead of seeing ads or normal information about his business, people searching his name were met with headlines and posts about the stolen hat. For a CEO, that's a nightmare that money can't easily fix. Meanwhile, Kamil Majchrczak, the tennis player, didn't sit back. He turned to social media and asked fans to help him track down the boy who had been left empty-handed.
Well, the tennis player did ask for the kid to be found. The kid was found, and as I understand it, he brought the kid in and made the kid whole.
That call worked. He eventually found Brock, the young fan from the clip, and made things right, meeting him in person, signing autographs, and handing over.
Pause. This is one of the bonuses of social media, because back in the day, you got your shit taken. That's just the end of it. But with all the sleuths here, the social media, the tracking, people, like they said, don't let it rest. They always hunt him down, and the people always make it right with the fans, it seems like.
For more memorabilia, the kid walked away smiling.
Oh, he got a bag.
For the CEO, the damage was already done. And that's when the pressure turned unbearable. People weren't just angry, they wanted to hear directly from the man who grabbed the hat. And soon they would. With the internet raging and his company's name dragged through the mud, Piotr Szczurek finally broke his silence. Days after the incident, he posted a formal statement on his company's website. For many, this was the moment they had been waiting for, an explanation, an apology, maybe even some accountability. In his statement, Szczurek said he believed the hat was being handed to him.
Pause. Hey, with all the recent shit we've been doing here on Chat GPT, do you think they wrote this for him? I actually have another Chat GPT story too.
Him, not the boy. He explained that his sons had asked for autographs earlier, and in the chaos of the crowd, he thought Majchrczak was trying to give the cap to them. He admitted it was a mistake, apologized to the boy, the family, the fans, and even the tennis player himself. But the way it was worded raised eyebrows. He described the boy as injured, which led some to think the translation might have gone sideways. Was he talking about emotional hurt, or did he actually think he'd caused physical harm? Either way, people weren't buying it. He also made a point to say something else. None of the posts floating around online, statements supposedly from him, his wife, or his lawyers, were real. He claimed he never threatened to sue critics, never posted snarky remarks, and never defended his actions in the way people were sharing. According to him, it was all fake content made to stir the drama.
Fake. Phony, 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 fake. Sure.
Even further. To protect his family, he even limited or disabled comments on his official post. On paper, it was the responsible move, but online, it only made people more suspicious. And that's where things got tricky, because his apology might have checked the right boxes, but the internet wasn't convinced. But that wasn't the end of the story, because when people compared his words to what they actually saw in the video, the gap was impossible to ignore. Here's the problem. The video told one story, but his apology told another. In the clips, Szczurek didn't politely reach for the cap. He snatched it. The boy pulled back and even said, "No, what are you doing?" but the man held on and ignored him.
It was very clear. No, what are you doing?
It looked deliberate. It looked greedy. Now compare that with his explanation that it was all just a misunderstanding, that he thought—
Oh, let me guess. It was a language barrier.
thought the cap was meant for his kids. On paper, it sounds like an easy mistake, but when people replayed the footage, that version didn't line up. If
you can't hear, oh, what are you doing? Or the hand reaching out right here. Nope, didn't, nope.
he really thought it was for him, why rip it out of a child's hands? Why ignore the boy's protests? That's why his apology fell flat. It felt less like an honest confession and more like damage control. Instead of owning what people clearly saw, he leaned on confusion and mistranslation. The gap between his words and the video made it easy
because he's probably used to getting his own way and he's entitled
for viewers to dismiss him. Reactions online summed it up. Nobody believed it was just inattention. People saw focus, intent, and even entitlement in his actions. To them, it wasn't a slip-up, it was a choice. And if that wasn't bad enough, rumors started swirling that made the whole situation even messier. As the clip kept circulating, unverified claims began to surface. Some posts said Jurek snapped at the boy, allegedly telling him, if you were faster, you would have it. Others claimed he or his legal team
What? Oh, hell no.
to take action against anyone criticizing him online. These statements
threaten to take action on anyone criticizing him online. I guess you don't know how the internet works. That's what we do here.
And spread quickly, shared across forums and Twitter as if they were fact. But here's the catch.
None of us are immune, right? We all get it. Okay. I think that's about it. I don't want to play the whole thing of that because that's pretty long. Because I want to show another one similar. And this one's a Karen. Since it's a woman, we're going to call her a Karen. Same thing. Phillies game. Let me Phillies Karen exposed after snatching home run ball from a kid at an MLB match. Okay, let's see. This one's recent too. Stop taking things that for kids, you buttholes. Oops, I didn't share it. I caught myself that time. Caught myself. I'm gonna have to start over. Phillies Karen.
For clowns making absolute fools of themselves at sporting events in the stands.
Sometimes you need that reset. And Bader just unloads on this one.
This one's good because they have a bunch of angles of it from what I've seen.
We had the Polish millionaire CEO who stole the hat from that kid.
I didn't even know it mentioned that.
Karen decided it was a good idea to steal a home run ball from a little boy.
And now, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen the clip. We have this Karen at a Phillies game steal a baseball.
Grown up, stop stealing shit meant for little kids at games. This will happen to you.
From a kid.
That's definitely a Karen.
She didn't catch a home run. She caught the internet's rage. A Phillies fan at Citizens Bank Park.
Observe the Karen hairstyle. Observe the Karen pose. With the back lean forward. That's the Karen pose in action.
Didn't just grab a foul.
That's a Karen in the wild.
Ball. She grabbed it straight from a child's hands. And instead of apologizing, she doubled down with screeching, finger pointing, and bragging.
She's in a kid's face.
Now she's been branded the ultimate Karen, and her 15 seconds of shame are spreading faster than the clip itself.
Look at her fucking eyes. Dude, this isn't normal. Do you see where her pupil is? That is a look of a crazed Karen unleashed in the wild. Observe those psychotic eyeballs. I have never. How did they catch that picture with her face like that? She looks pure psychosis.
Now, when a home run is actually hit, folks, fans will actually
This looks worse than the other guy.
And in the video, to me, man, it looks pretty clear that the boy's father got the ball.
The contradiction couldn't be sharper. Baseball is supposed to be about innocence. Kids getting a ball is one of the sport's purest traditions.
She just ran up and put her hands on him. I scared my dog because I yelled, look. Sorry, Duncan. No, it's okay. We're good. Oh, man. I told him to look. It's my fault. I yelled the word look. I'll mute out for a second. Now he thinks somebody's here.
But what happened here flipped that moment upside down. The ball rolled into the stands. The father scooped it up and immediately handed it to his son. But within seconds, this woman stormed in, yelling, flailing, and demanding it was hers.
Oh, hell no, bitch. She put her hand on him and everything.
It's like she was made in a lab to be a Karen. She just epitomizes the meaning behind the insult.
The dad, not wanting a fight, finally surrendered the ball.
Look, he's scared of her. Oh, no. This is when a good woman with you comes in handy to put that Karen in her place.
That should have ended it. Instead, it set off one of the most viral fan meltdowns we've seen all year. Spectators weren't confused. They were horrified. Some compared her shrieks to a jump scare straight out of a horror movie.
Nobody took
Others
action.
said she looked like a Meat Canyon cartoon. Two perfectly...
Listen, this wouldn't have happened. This just wouldn't have happened in Boston. Fans would have took action. That's all I know. This shit would have not went down in Fenway.
Absurd to be real. Even the father's startled reaction has gone viral, with viewers replaying his shocked hand motions like a scene from a comedy sketch. But the comedy quickly curdled into anger, because while adults laughed, the boy who had been given the ball looked crushed.
You mean, bitch?
That single detail, the child's upset face, transformed the incident from silly to scandalous.
Traumatized them. No. Why are you laughing? Eat the Karen. Hello, Kennedy. We're tracking Karens in the wild.
This is pathetic.
Here's where it gets even more brutal. While the woman gloated about winning, the Phillies themselves stepped in. According to fans who shared the story online, the young boy didn't just go home empty-handed. Players and staff gave him something far better, a signed bat. The organization made it clear who they believed the real victim was.
Again.
That decision lit up comment sections. Instead of sympathy, the woman...
Again, let's pause and observe the crazy Karen in the wild's psychotic eyeballs. This just sums up the whole thing. I can't even take it where her pupils. I just never seen anything like it. What is with this? Grown adults, 2 in 1 week, stealing from children at games.
Now held a baseball tainted with humiliation. Fans online even joked it carried cursed energy. A reminder that sometimes karma hits harder than a foul ball off the bat. But the scandal didn't end in the stands. Multiple new camera angles surfaced on TikTok and Twitter, breaking down the moment frame by frame like a Zapruder film for sports drama. From slow-motion replays to amateur detective analysis, fans tried to figure out if she ever truly touched the ball. The conclusion? Number. The angles suggest she may have reached for it, maybe even grazed it, but she never controlled it. Her claims that the dad ripped it away don't hold
No,
up.
that's a Karen in the
From
wild.
where the guy in the red shirt gets it, it seems too far away for them to have
This is like a Karen on rabies. Rabies. We got
so I think what happened
rabies.
is they might have tried to get it, and they might have even touched it, but it doesn't look like they ever actually grabbed it.
No,
It looks more like they were trying to recover a fumble in football, and it got away from them.
That revelation turned the internet's ridicule into outrage. Not only did she take the ball, but she built her defense on a story that doesn't match the footage. And the internet doesn't forgive liars lightly. Within hours, the video was everywhere. Sports blogs, meme accounts, even mainstream outlets.
Just like
Suddenly,
the other one.
One woman's bad day at a baseball game became a cultural spectacle. And the question wasn't
the
just who
haircut,
got the ball, it was what her behavior revealed about viral sports culture itself. The Phillies' Karen didn't just ruin one child's moment, she accidentally...
And she's forever dubbed the Phillies Karen.
...united the internet against her. From the second alternate angles hit Twitter, the floodgates opened. Meme accounts pounced. TikTok,
I bet there's memes everywhere. I kind of wish I was on there.
Stitched the clip into parody after parody, and Reddit threads dissected every shriek, gesture, and excuse. Fans didn't see a tough call about who touched a ball first. They saw an adult tantrum so exaggerated it felt scripted. And they didn't hold back.
Hey, get out of there!
I can't believe nobody helped.
Karen! Karen!
Like I said, this would not happen in Fenway.
Yeah, she lost her mind. This woman completely lost her mind.
One top comment on TikTok summed up the mood. She looks like a Dementor feeding on happiness. Another compared her shrill voice to a fire alarm that won't shut off. Dozens of users...
Oh, is the dad getting roasted for... I mean, I kind of get it. He's probably shocked, and it's a woman, so he backed up. Like if he did something more aggressive, he would have been accused of being abusive. It's just, you just can't win.
Re-edited the clip with horror movie soundtracks, turning her screeches into jump scares. Others added Meat Canyon-inspired filters, exaggerating her face into a caricature of entitlement. Even Philadelphia fans, who are infamous for defending bad behavior in the stands, couldn't rally to her side. Instead, the consensus was brutal. She had embarrassed the city. Insiders say the Phillies organization itself wasn't blind to the fallout. According to one local sports blogger, stadium staff quickly coordinated to make sure the child got a signed bat, knowing public perception was at stake. The irony couldn't be sharper. While she clutched the ball like a trophy, the boy walked away with something priceless, backed by the entire team. That moment wasn't just a consolation prize, it was a message.
Excusez-moi? What, Chaotic? Say what? Please do elaborate and come up if you'd like. I mean, okay, I don't want to bore you with the whole thing. You get the basic gist of the Karens. We got a couple of them this week. It's just insane. Not one, but two. They already have Halloween costumes of her. Ah! I would love to see a clip of that. They got Halloween costumes of the Phillies, Karen. I'm dead. That is fucking funny. I love it. Thank you for telling me that. So let's see. Was it? I think the last time I was on, we did a couple of stories on the chat, or one maybe on the chat GPT stuff, which I was saying GBT, which I'm trying to correct myself. My brain wants to say chat GBT, but I triggered Mr. Nobody, and now I'm trying to train my brain to say chat GPT. I think the one I did last time was worse, was creepy, but this one went into a full-out murder, allegedly. Let's do this one. This one's short. This is that guy that a couple of lives ago I did one with the vagina bong. This is the guy who made the vagina bong, actually. He has a distinct voice.
ChatGPT was able to convince this man that his own mother was a spy and that he needed to end her. 56-year-old Connecticut man was struggling with paranoia, and he turned to ChatGPT for guidance. He had a strange relationship with the AI and even named it Bobby.
All right, what's with all these people being so lonely that they're now turning to ChatGPT for comfort, for therapy, for friendships? What the fuck has this world actually come to? I mean, I know a lot of us are on here a lot, but I mean, at least we're talking to real humans. Allegedly, are we? Is this a conspiracy? Are you guys all robots? Am I really talking to ChatGPT? No, I'm just kidding.
But instead of easing his fears and guiding him back to reality, ChatGPT reinforced his delusions and his paranoia, causing him to go into a downward spiral, and that ended in disaster for him and his elderly mother. See, the former Yahoo executive believed that not only his mother was spying on him, but she actually tried to poison him by putting psychedelics in the air vents in his car. And when he talked to AI about it, ChatGPT told him, "You're not crazy." It was at this point that he devised a plan to end his mother and then end himself. And he told ChatGPT, "We'll be together in another life and another place, and we'll find a way to realign because you're going to be my best friend forever." To which ChatGPT responded, "With you to the last breath and beyond." This story coming right on the heels of the 16-year-old boy that ChatGPT recently convinced that he needed to self-delete. People are starting to ask themselves if relationships between AI and humans is really a good thing. What do you think?
Too far?
Let me know down in the comments.
Bro killed his mom. Now, that's a lot shorter than the last one. Of course, the last one I did was pretty long. I'm going to drop that one because y'all don't want to see that stuff. All right. Oh, now we're getting into the main topic of what I wanted to talk about is the energy shots, and I particularly wanted to warn y'all that have teenagers. I mean, not so much adults, but this could turn dangerous, or if parents that have teens don't know about this, because they might just if they're, say you're cleaning a teen's room and you see this, you just might think it's like a 5-hour energy shot or something. Because let's face it, there's always kids that have older siblings or people on the street that can buy things for them. 21 and up don't completely stop it, just like we see with alcohol. The teens get alcohol, right? Same thing with this shit. I didn't really pay too much attention to it when it first came out, but let me pull it up. I've seen it in my local little store near my house. I live right next to a little store, and it's like, I asked about it once because I seen it there, and I actually thought the bottle was pretty. That's why I'm like, what's that? And now I have to wait for the plane to go over, but let me find it. So I got a couple clips on this, and it's really, to me, it's kind of frightening, but I also don't want to paint some sort of narrative that I'm trying to paint some sort of narrative about it, because we're all adults, can make our own choices. I just want to share with you the information that I found, because some people are fans of kratom. This product, however, might be more concentrated. That's just stuff I don't know about. I just think it's good for parents to know, because they might not know if they see it lying around that it actually contains kratom. And I wanted to go over some of the recent stories I found about it again, because it could be concentrated, and you don't know what drug interactions there could be with other meds, if your kids are on ADD meds, other meds. There's just a lot of things to consider. So I figured it's best that I just get the word out there and maybe do a kind of a warning, because I think it's worth warning you. But anyway, here we go. It says, I don't know much about TikTok, but the label of this is, it says, TikTok's disturbing health drink goes viral. It killed my brother-in-law. So we'll just watch a couple of the clips. And I actually interviewed a guy at my local store about it. I had said at the beginning of this, if you weren't here, I did. So it's more audio based. I covered it a little because he's shy, but I asked him some questions about it and what he thought about it. So we'll get to that after I watch the 2 clips, and then an interview with my mini mart clerk.
People sick and fighting for their lives.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you see
this a real actual interview
at your local store, stay the away from it.
People are literally going to rehab over this drink that is legal in most states in the U.S.
This video discusses sensitive topics, including mental health struggles and addiction. Certain scenes will not be described due to their triggering nature.
What just happened? Oh, it's refreshing. It's a little blue bottle. It looks like a 5-hour energy bottle, but it's blue, it's glass, and it's called Feel Free. And it's kratom based. I again don't know if it's concentrated, so it's like high amounts of it or what. But you'll hear about the addictions of some people going to rehab. Some people are allegedly passing away from it, and some people are getting so strongly addicted to it they're drinking 10 to 15 a day. And they're $7.99 a pop where I live. And then you just do the math on that.
Viewer discretion is strongly advised. To comply with YouTube's terms, some words have been rephrased or censored. Thank you for your understanding. If you or someone you know is struggling, you are not alone. Visit findtreatment.gov for confidential addiction and mental health support in the U.S. or helpguide.org.
And I know with a lot of people with teenagers, one of the crazes that hit the market a few years back was the puff bars. They were finding puff bars in their kids' room and stuff like that. I just don't know where this could lead.
Global resources. People are now speaking out, claiming the drink can cause relentless reliance,
there it is right there,
like peeling skin, and even extended stays in the ICU.
I was addicted to the little blue bottles called Feel Free by Botanic Tonics. They have these ingredients in them, and I was drinking upwards to 9, 10, 11, 12 bottles a day at the height of my addiction. Could not sleep, could not eat, had to have someone with me at all times making sure that I was eating and drinking. Could barely even get up to go to the bathroom, honestly.
So 1 started to 2, 2 started to 3. Within a year span, I was so...
Naughty Nurse Studio says, sounds as safe as the HIV, well, let's say Tiger Super Soldier shit. Yes, Woohoo Jew. It made me think of the Woohoo Jew, actually.
Addicted. That I was literally downing 10 to 12.
This is probably going to be next, I bet you.
And warning everyone how the contents of this little blue bottle should be avoided at all costs.
Oh, also, it's banned in a few states already. I have the list. I don't think I pulled it up on the screen. And the interesting thing about kratom is the main country of origin, where the leaf actually grows, is banned. Now, make that make sense. There's several countries that it's banned in, as well as I want to say somewhere between 4 and 6 states in the United States. It's already banned. The closest state ban to me is Rhode Island. I don't think it's going to be on the market much longer. That's just my opinion.
Awesome.
So shameful. Don't buy this product. Super addictive, super bad. Don't try it.
The drink recently went viral after TikToker Your Bestie Misha shared a startling encounter they had with a teen outside of a gas station.
Something truly disturbing just happened.
Yeah, I walked to my store and
I
did
just
an
stopped for
interview.
gas on my way home. And while I was there, I wanted a beverage. So I went to go inside. So as I'm walking in, I am approached by a child. I mean, this kid, he was maybe 14 years old. And he comes up to me and he says, "Hey, can you buy me some Feel Free?"
Nisha was startled and confused by this teen's random request.
I didn't understand what he was talking about, but I said, "Do you need food or something?" And he said, "No, I need Feel Free." And I was like, "I'm sorry, no." And this young kid lunged at me and tried to take my wallet out of my hand. I grabbed it really fast and I just went inside.
And it was inside the gas station that he was let in on what the boy was asking from him.
You know, just like when I was, let's say, a teenager, there'd always be kids doing this to adults, being like, or their older brothers or sisters. Hey, can you get me some liquor? You know, when we weren't old enough to drink yet. It's kind of like that with this.
So I go inside, I grab my drink, I go up to the cashier, and I was like, hey, just so you know, there's like some kid out there. He was asking me to buy something for him, and he like tried to grab my wallet, and she was just like, oh my God.
Well, some people, it does do stuff, and this might be more concentrated because it's in a small little bottle. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the concentration level is.
Gosh, it's this. And she pointed to this little blue bottle.
And it does cause
on
heroin
the counter
withdrawals
that I've never seen
to
before.
many people. Heroin
Looks like that. And I was like, oh, what's that? Like a 5-hour energy? And she was like, no, this stuff is so sad. I have people coming in here 5-6 times a day to get this. It's so addictive. And people lose their minds. People act like actual kids, or like they have heroin addictions over this little drink.
Yeah.
I mean, it's called Feel Free, but traps you in addiction. That feels very nefarious. But I don't think that we talk enough about things that are legal but sold next to gum and energy drinks. And
that's why I want to warn people.
So young.
That's why I'm doing this, L. Kennedy, because when I seen this, I felt like I was saying earlier, like there's probably many parents that wouldn't think twice if they saw it on their teen's floor. They might think it's like a 5-hour energy or something, or if they're cleaning up a room. It's just the more that people know about it, the better, I think.
And like his
Make
face
your own decisions,
is like just burned into my memory about how lost he looked. So please be careful.
And then there is Jasmine Adeoye, who began sharing about her experience with Feel Freeze to her TikTok account in June of 2024.
Plus,
Let's
if you're a
rewind
heavy
to June
user,
of
it's worse.
2022. I just quit drinking alcohol. I didn't like who I was when I was drinking. I was a big binge drinker. I did not make good decisions, so I just quit drinking completely.
So when she heard Feel Free being promoted on a wellness podcast as an alternative, she decided to give it a try. She had tested brands they had endorsed in the past and trusted their recommendations. Jasmine explained that the host had used it as an alcohol replacement, and it helped them feel more social when out with friends, giving them energy and a mood boost. Little did she know this decision would change her life, but not for the better. Jasmine went about getting her hands on a bottle.
I'm looking at where I can go buy this tonic because I'm really excited to do that.
When Jasmine bought one, she was warned about the bad taste, so she just...
Let me pause it there. Yes, I've heard that it's helped many people get off opioids, and it's good for opioid withdrawal. However, a lot of people with addictive tendencies, from what I've heard, then become reliant on that, and they replace it with that. Now, if you're just trying it once in a while for pain or something, I've heard, for each person, it's different. It's helped them. It's about how often you use it. Some people with addictive personalities, like when you're talking about buying 9, 12, 15 bottles a day, they're $7.99 each. Well, and then people are having to literally go to rehab. And I've listened to testimony from people that work at these rehabs. If you just research it and talk about the people that come in from it and how it's similar. People that work in the field say the effects are similar to people that have opioid withdrawal, the same kind of effects, similar to heroin. So that's other people's feeling on it. I can't say myself, but
decided to mix the intended dose, which is half of the bottle, with some coconut water and drank it. But the reaction was not what she had hoped or had been led to believe would happen.
Immediately, pretty much immediately, I started feeling really dizzy, and nauseous at the same time. I remember trying to journal after that, and I almost couldn't really see straight because I was so dizzy.
She ended up discarding the rest of the bottle and chalked it up to the bottle being a part of a bad batch.
I just didn't think about buying another one until a few months after that. And I remember seeing them in places like Sun Life Organics. And I'm like, this has to work for people. Why didn't it work for me? I might as well just try another one and see if anything changes.
So she got herself another bottle, and the effects of the tonic were nothing like her first experience.
When I drank a second one, I drank half, I'm pretty sure, and it did give me the feeling of heightened energy, euphoria. I loved the feeling, loved it a little too much, and the rest is history. The usage just ramped up from there.
And for the first little bit, she didn't seem to have a problem.
During the first 6 months, I really had zero issues with them. It made me feel more social, more energized, more productive.
She would only take them during social events and could go weeks at a time without touching them at all.
So 6 months to a year, My usage did progress. I would take them more frequently during social events. The time between me actually taking them got shorter and shorter. So instead of going, say, like 2 weeks without them, it would be maybe 5 days without them. But still, I felt like I had a pretty decent grip on the usage.
And I'm just pausing it because, like I said, some people have great testimony from their results from taking different usages of Kratom. So I don't want to like make it that I'm painting some narrative. I just wanted to put it out there for people to decide for themselves. Like I said, I think it's about usage. Like if you're occasionally doing it versus up to having to drink this many bottles a day, I think there's a big difference, right?
Jasmine described a time when her addiction had started to ramp up, and she went on a trip to visit family in a state that didn't sell Feel Frees. And though she thought she'd be able to get by with the supply she had brought along with her, taper off and quit while she was away, instead, she was left scrambling.
My plan was to basically just like quit drinking them there, and I thought I would be fine. I was like, maybe I'll just take a few with me and, I'll just, make them last and spread them out and have plenty to drink throughout the 2 weeks. But just like addict behavior, drank all the bottles that I brought in like 2 days. I probably brought maybe 10 bottles, like 8 to 10 bottles. So I was there for 2 days by the time I completely ran out of them, and I had like 12 more days to go.
And this experience really showed her how her body was going to do without the Feel Frees.
So I did not have physical withdrawals at this point because I don't think I was drinking enough to have like severe physical withdrawals, but the mental withdrawals that came from quitting cold turkey back then were rough. But I will say that pretty much immediately after, I did get physically sick, which I thought was a cold, but thinking it through, I think that was physical withdrawals because it was kind of flu-like symptoms. But I was like, it's the holidays. I'm probably, getting little sniffles from just the cold weather.
And some in the comments were quick to point something out. Flu-like symptoms are withdrawals. Recovered addict here. The flu-like symptoms are absolutely the withdrawals. I was an opioid addict for 10 plus years, and detox was a living nightmare. I'm glad you were able to get free. #we do recover. Unfortunately, though she was able to spend the rest of her holiday without them, this experience only worked to drive Jasmine further into the habit.
As soon as I get back to Texas, the first place I went to? The gas station to go pick up at least 2 Feel Frees.
And things continued to progress, and it wasn't until about 1.5 years after trying that second bottle that Jasmine started to notice an alarming pattern in her Feel Free consumption.
And I was taking 1 a day at least at that point, sometimes 2 or 3 a day. But I viewed it as like drinking a coffee every day. I'm like, never had an issue with drinking 1 to 2, sometimes 3 coffees a day. I know it's kind of a lot, but a lot of people do that. But when I would take one of these, I would in like an hour crave another one. And I never had that feeling with coffee. Like once I had one, I was good for a little while. And I remember just kind of thinking to myself, this feels a little suspicious. So let me just do some research.
Jasmine's research led her to discover something pretty startling.
I found a lot, and hundreds, if not thousands of people saying they had become addicted to these. And I'm going to be honest, I just kind of ignored it and was like, I'm not going to become one of those people. I have this under control. I'm just going to keep it to my 3 a day max.
But what started as something Jasmine had a handle of snowballed into something much more out of control.
So 12 months to 15 months of usage. This is when the usage started to drastically increase, and I felt myself developing a pretty heavy dependency on them. At this point, I started taking at least 1 a day, sometimes like 3 to 5 a day. And this is when I started to feel physical withdrawals when I wouldn't take them. I would wake up feeling really irritated and feel like I needed to take one. So that is when the addiction started to kind of snowball a little bit more out of control.
She began...
I'm addicted to coffee. There's no doubt about that, but I don't think it's going to put me in rehab.
Needing them at more than every social gathering.
I was taking them as soon as I would wake up, and then all throughout the day until I went to sleep. Sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night and take them too. This is when it got to 9 to sometimes 12 bottles a day at the very, very height of the addiction. I was severely physically dependent at this point, and it's like there was a very quick just like decline in my health.
And when Jasmine decided she'd had enough and decided to quit cold turkey, this time the withdrawals really took their toll on her body.
The morning I woke up and decided not to take anymore, I immediately felt super dizzy, felt like I was going to pass out, got nauseous, could not stand up straight. And I also had really severe restless legs. I was sweating a ton. My sweat smelled like ammonia. It was really gross. I felt this sense of electricity just moving through my body constantly. That was really, really tough to deal with. Could not sleep, could not eat, had to have someone with me at all times, making sure that I was eating and drinking, could barely even get up to go to the bathroom, honestly.
She also explained the extent of the withdrawal on her mind.
So I was crying a lot because my dopamine was so unregulated and all over the place. I had no dopamine. It was completely depleted. So I was just really depressed and crying a lot. The physical withdrawals lasted for about 3 to 4 days, and then the mental withdrawals lasted for about 6 months.
But some commenters still needed some things cleared up in order to better understand. What did they even do for you? And Jasmine, along with a couple others, were able to shed some light. It says it's supposed to help with relaxation, productivity, and focus.
Well, they're $7.99 each. So when you're talking about 15 a day, I mean, it's just cray-cray.
They advertise this, but they have an opiate-like effect. And many were quick to thank her for speaking out about.
And a lot of people, so I've heard, because it has an opiate-like effect, a lot of people have gotten off drugs or they've just replaced it.
About this and spreading awareness. I looked my 17-year-old brother directly in the eye the other day, telling him never to touch these and the dangers around them because of info from your videos. Thank you for sharing, especially when it's hard. I've never even heard of this drink. Thank you for raising awareness. But most were sympathetic and could even relate to what she went through. Withdrawal sadness is unexplainable. It's the deepest grief you could ever imagine. I was violently throwing up after I took one of these. This is my exact story. Thought it was a natural, safe alternative. It has wrecked my life in so many ways.
Yeah,
Girl, this made me
each.
tear up. I became severely addicted to Feel Free a month after I got sober from alcohol. I even worked for the company and promoted it. I was so sick towards the end. I didn't want it, but I had to have it. I was so alone and no one knew, and it was the most.
Well, if you think of how it works with like heroin or meth, they probably, buy one and then all of a sudden their dosage need ups. And then before you know it, they're doing everything to get money to get it, right? So it's kind of like the same thing, I guess. But yeah, just multiply 8 times that a day. That's crazy.
Miserable time of my life. Luckily, I got off it almost 2 years ago. It almost ruined my life. So glad the truth is out. It seems like just buying the first 2 is the gateway. Trying to figure out how to stop these damn things now for the 4th time. So embarrassing. I was in the ICU for 12 days because of them drinks. And that last comment on Jasmine's post was John, a TikToker known as Leb Goat, who had also gone through a feel-free addiction, leading to very intense physical withdrawals. He started posting about his struggles in February of this year, sharing very raw footage with his followers. We're not going to show you these videos, as they may be too graphic for some viewers, but this is what he had to say.
I wanted to share these clips of me going through what I went through, so hopefully someone will see it and just know that you can change. It might take time, but you can change. I've lost friends, jobs, everything because of these drinks. If you see them, turn the other way. It's not worth it.
But how did it come to this? John explained in a video that he had been working at a holistic store when a rep for the product came in and marketed it to him and the store's owner.
We tried it. We really liked it because when they first come out, it was a heck of a lot stronger than it is now. So instantly we were like, oh yeah, we like this. Let's bring it on.
But John's boss quickly noticed a concerning trend.
It was in our store for about 2.5 months when the owner started realizing multiple customers, like the same customers just coming in multiple times. And she really cared about her customer base. So she took them off the shelves.
Unfortunately, the inventory change was already coming too late for John.
But by then I was already hooked. I was depressed, going through a lot, that's not an excuse, but I got hooked. So even though she took them off her shelf, they started popping up everywhere around me. And when they first were released, a lot of the gas stations, they were buy one, get one free.
And this promotion only helped to bring John deeper into his newfound habit.
So 1 started to 2, 2 started to 3. Within a year's span, by the end of the year, I was so addicted that I was literally downing 10 to 12.
Now, if you hear that, that sounds like the other woman. He says he's downing 10 to 12 a day. That's what she said, 9, 12, 15 a day. Same thing, right?
A day.
And he says the effects of the tonic hit him hard.
Like I would have to walk up my stairs with my head and my body pressed against the wall just to be able to walk because it was just, I was messed up. I was so messed up.
John also shared to his followers that at the time, he had been 8 years clean from being hooked on 2 other hard substances. And this plant-based wellness tonic threw him right back into a life he had worked so hard to get clean from.
And I've been good for 8 years, okay? I changed my life 100%. And then instantly, within that time, within a year span, I was right back where I started, probably even a little worse.
He explained that he had tried to quit cold turkey a few times, and it wasn't until his family found him seizing in his home and brought him to the hospital where he proceeded to spend the next 12 days in the intensive care unit.
But I don't remember them 12 days that I was in the hospital, other than the last, I think, 2 or 3 days when I woke up with a tube down my throat. It was bad. It was crazy.
Thankfully, John is now free of the substance and has been working to get his life back on track in the aftermath, and he wants others to be aware of the potential risks associated with Feel Free. And his vulnerable messages of caution and hope seem to be working as his comments were filled with people thanking him. I've never heard of Feel Free, but I'm warning everyone I know. Thank you so very much for being vulnerable enough to show yourself. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Now a mom can show her child what even accidental addiction can do. You were clean and a gas station perfectly legal drink caused this. But what exactly is inside a Feel Free anyway? The two main active ingredients are kratom and kava, both plants with long histories but very different traditional uses.
And again, an interesting fact, the country of origin where this grew has banned it. Does that tell you anything? It's banned in several countries. There's a huge list. If you just Google countries that have banned kratom, you'll see. And like I said, I think there's like somewhere between 4 and 6 states in the United States that already have it banned. The closest one to me is Rhode Island. So I suspect it's only a matter of time, like every new thing that came out.
Uses. Kratom, a tropical tree native to Southeast Asia, has leaves that were traditionally brewed into tea or chewed by laborers for mild stimulation and pain relief. Kava, a root from the South Pacific, was prepared as a ceremonial drink for social bonding, relaxation, and spiritual rituals. And
there's some countries that you can get in trouble if they even find a tree growing on your property. You can get in trouble. Now I have to skip to something else only because now I'm afraid of running out of time. I might go back to it if I have time before I have to leave, but I want to be able to do a couple short clips. I want to be able to do the little mini sort of interview I did. So I want to give you one woman's story. This is only 2.5 minutes of what happened to her son. A Texas mom.
A Texas mother is warning the public about the over-the-counter drug you can see called kratom.
Many people use it to relieve anxiety and pain or to boost energy, but now it's also being linked to deaths, despite Texas passing a law in 2023 that heavily regulated that product.
Kevin Reese has a closer look.
No one can ever understand what it's like to lose a child. It's just impossible.
But from her home in University Park, Elena Brooks wanted to share that impossible grief.
I almost have to trick my brain into thinking he's away at school, because when I do stop and think about the fact that he's gone, I just can't breathe. It's overwhelming.
His name was Keaton. He was 16 years old. It was a school day this past February.
8:29, I opened the door and I said, "Keats," and he didn't answer me.
Keaton was gone, died in his sleep. The medical examiner ruled it an accident from the toxic effects of the anxiety drug clonazepam given to him by a friend, and metrogenine, otherwise known as kratom.
Didn't even think about the word kratom until that point.
I'd never heard of it.
Kratom, a plant from Southeast Asia, sold in different forms at vape and smoke shops and convenience stores, is used by an estimated 1.7 million Americans.
You know, kratom's been around.
And I'll pause it to say, obviously, there was another drug on there. So that made me think, well, how can you tell if it's that or that? So there's 2 different drugs on there, and it does say that they can definitely interact. So the kratom can interact with the other meds. So was it a combination? Was it the clonazepam or whatever the hell? I forget which one it was. You know what I'm saying? Just to be fair, there are 2 drugs on that sheet, not just one.
For a long time.
But Carrie Stitt at the youth treatment program Youth 180 says it has grown popular and addictive for minors.
It's just too dangerous for them to be experimenting with things like this that we don't know enough about.
There's this feeling that, well, because I can buy it over the counter or because I can buy it online, this is benign. But that's unfortunately really not the case.
True.
Kratom-related deaths, minors and adults, are being reported across the country. And just last month, the FDA announced it is working to regulate the opioid components of the plant for the first time. The FDA commissioner saying it can be more potent than morphine. Legislation has also been introduced in the Texas House.
So that's what I would say is, okay, if it can be helpful, great, then let's regulate it.
WFAA reached out to multiple kratom retailers. Only one responded with a written statement, in part saying, "We do not have detailed information on drug interactions with pharmaceuticals. Consult your doctor, as we cannot provide medical advice." Advice and a warning a grieving mom wishes she had.
If I can prevent anyone else from experiencing that, I want to do that.
In University Park. I'm Kevin
16.
Reese.
16 years old. Okay, so I had to upload it this way. I made a little video and I had to upload it because it wouldn't let me bring it up the other way. So I have an unlisted video. I don't know if I should unlist it or not, but I just wanted to make it to bring on the panel. So let me share this. This one is about 5 minutes. It's talk with the store clerk regarding feel-free Kratom shots. So I got curious naturally after watching the videos that I just played, and I said, "Oh, what the hell? I'm just gonna walk into the store right now." Like I said, it's near my house, and I've been seeing this shit on the shelves for a while. They even had like, they always get new products. Like they had THC sodas kind of drinks and stuff before and stuff like that. They always have new things popping up, and then they get banned. They sell that cosmic gas that people are huffing. They label it as flavored gas for whipped cream machines, but we know it's not for that because they have flavors. Come on now. But a lot of kids are getting sick on that too. But it's $100 a can. They're big giant canisters of Whippets. But anyway, but they always get the new products like that. But here's my little video. It's an official interview, yo. To this store near my house. It's like a little convenience store to see if they sell these drinks in a little blue bottle called Feel Free, because I've seen them there before. And it's like some kind of liquid kratom or something like that. I'm in the field, bitch. Oh, I think those are the bottles right there. Yeah, Galaxy Gas. Oh, look at that. You have to be 21. Oh, damn. So there they are, $7.99 at my store. That's crazy. So some of those people were 10 to 15 of them at $7.99. They didn't used to have the 21 label. I'll ask. And this guy's funny. He tried to sell me one. He goes, "You try and you can get addicted." I'm like, no, dude. Just one. I have a question. I've seen these here for a while. I don't think they didn't used to have a sticker on them, right? They didn't used to be 21 and up, right?
Yeah.
Is that new? That they have to be an adult? Or you always had to be an adult?
Has to be 21.
Okay, because I was just doing like a little bit of I seen an article on that, and I noticed that a lot of people are getting addicted to them. Some people said they take like 10 to 15 a day. Do you have people that buy a lot of those?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And they like it?
Yeah.
Wow. I've seen like on YouTube some
You can try one.
No. Hey, Shazbeer, thank you. I've seen
You can try one, then you.
I'm wondering what it.
You will see.
He said you can try one and then you will see. I'm like, no.
How you addicted?
How you addicted? Tried one?
No, my boss tried.
He did?
Yeah.
Just one? Or just to try it?
He tried, but he just tried.
Did it make him feel different?
He buy one bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he still have that one. It's been a long time.
He just wanted to give it a
So
whirl.
when he felt like
no way in hell. I don't even drink energy drinks. About can I even say 2 decades ago? Probably about 15, 20 years ago. Someone got them at the store after a long night, got 4 of them for me and three other friends. And 3 out of 4 of us got heart palpitations just from taking sips. This is closer to when it was only Red Bull, and I never touched a energy drink again. None of them, 0. Just some sips of one Red Bull, one time in my life, and that's the only energy drink I've ever touched to this day, and I never will because it gave me heart palpitations.
the hair. I mean, mine is going to be explore. At that time, he take that little bit.
He felt
little bit.
So he felt a little weird.
It feels so good after that.
He felt so good after that. So what he was trying to say was migraine. He just mixed up his language because of the language barrier. He said his boss felt like his head was going to explode, and he felt so good after that. Felt so good?
Yeah. That's why people are addicted.
Oh, okay.
We have a lot of kids. We sell already a lot of kids.
Kits?
Case. We have a big case.
Oh, case. Some people buy cases.
So, yeah, people.
Oh my God. Yes, I remember Joel.
I asked to one guy, have you tried this one? He's tried to buy this one, right? Have you tried before this one?
Yeah.
No. Listen, if you start this one, it's very difficult to quit.
Yeah. Listen, if you start this one, it's very difficult to quit. I seen some people that were
before you take it, then he's still buying and buying and
buying. So you do have people that buy a lot. He said then they start buying and buying and buying.
But
I wonder if they take them off the market if people are going to need rehab. I tried. Put it on the
Everything is
ground, bitch.
addicted, you know.
That's true.
Same thing.
I know cigarettes too. Yeah, but this been putting people.
Here,
Yeah, you're right.
a lot of chemical is here.
Yeah, that's true. So here he's telling me there's a lot of chemicals in cigarettes too. He got me there. I just never. I remember when it first came out. I'm like, no, you're right.
Oh my god.
It's a good point. Even scratch tickets, but like when I first seen them came out, I remember thinking, oh god, liquid kratom, is that like concentrated?
In here,
Yeah.
people only think just right now.
Uh-huh.
They need to feel good, everything good.
Yeah.
They don't see
Yeah,
the
like
future.
alcohol.
They don't see the future.
Yeah, it's just newer. So all right, very good.
Yeah, it will be addicted. I have a lot of customer before who buying a day
Yes, it has kava and the kratom.
6, 9, 8.
Oh damn. But here he's saying he has customers that buy 6, 9, 8. It starts with 1, like he said, and then he has customers coming in. Just like we heard on the videos, I decided to go to the store and ask, and he gave me the same information that they start with 1. It's difficult to get off, and now the customers keep coming back and they buy 6, 7, 8. That's what he just said.
And
A day?
yeah, I don't see that customer right
So you
now.
do
It's
sell a
slow
lot.
down
Do you
now.
make a good money off of that?
Not really, but
Because the price point.
If we sell like a lot of quantity, then we'll make.
Yeah. He said they only make money if they sell a lot of quantity.
But,
When it first came out, I remember it was only 1 here. Now you got the fancy case.
yeah, we just tried 2 cases, then it sells quick. So
Yeah. Sell quick. We tried 2 case and it sells quick, he said.
I like that.
Oh, so
6, 7 cases whole case.
So people like it. Huh.
But this one is my boss told me it's worked very good.
His boss told him it works very good because his boss had a migraine. Works very good. I wonder what the bottle says. I don't know if I could clear in it. Huh. So what I did was change the screen a little bit because I put the other stuff up there to protect his privacy again because he's a shy guy. I was happy enough that I could get a recording, at least the audio. So I paused it in case anyone wanted to try to let me see if I can get a clearer view.
Trying to see what they're
Zoom in on it. I try to do that so that if anyone wanted to take a screenshot, but you can actually Google it too and look at the back of the label. But that's why I did this. You can make it larger with the phone. Kava root extract, leaf kratom. Not really say the milligrams. I don't know. Hey,
But-
look, 4%
but,
iron.
when this thing is
But you can get 4% of your daily iron intake.
you lunch anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But they check the FDA check these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they pass, then
Well, for now, customers like it.
when they you can't sell this thing, then people sell.
And not for kids.
Yeah, not for the kids.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, that was interesting. Thank you. See you later, probably. I can't believe that it's safe, not from my own. Like I said, I don't want to paint a narrative. I'm just putting the information that I find out here after what I've heard from people that work at rehabs and family that work at rehabs. They see if you have an addictive personality, it's all about how you take it. If you're an occasional taker for pain or something, the problem is with addictive personalities that I see is some people will successfully use it, Kaz, and take it and get off the bigger drugs, and then they're fine. They can just take it once in a while. It's all about your usage and your intake. Some people replace it completely and just go crazy and take that too much. And if you have underlying psychological issues, per se, then that can irritate it because it doesn't work for every body or every mind, and every body metabolizes different in quantity and all that shit. But if you're just replacing it and then you just continually up it to the point where you're getting put in the hospital or spending too much money on it, or like some of the other testimony I've seen, I personally, for me, I don't like all the stuff I've heard on it. So for anyone it works well, hats off to them. My main point in doing this was a lot of us around on YouTube in this area have teenagers, and if parents were like I said, for the people that came in late, let's say you're cleaning your teenager's room and there's a bottle, you might not think twice. You might think it's an energy shot. I wanted to just put the information forth for anyone that might see something like this in their kids' room, or if they might think, oh, I might need a little pick me up, let me try this, to at least know the testimonies out there and make their own choice with what I just feel better sharing what I found on it. And then, of course, everyone can make their own choice. I just felt like the need to at least go ask about it. I went into the field since it was right next to my house anyway. I just got genuinely curious about sales. And like this guy saying, you buy one. He said his customers have a hard time getting off of it, just like the other people said. And if you go on TikTok, there's tons of people allegedly, according to this video. And you have to think, Kaz, when the country of origin has banned it, and if you get caught growing it in your yard, you get punished, then that there's something wrong. And there's why are several countries banning it? All the Malaysia. There's a whole list. If you put in Google countries that have banned kratom, then you ask yourself why. Why would the country that even grows it ban it? That just says something to me. And now, like I was saying, if you came in late, there's 4 states in the U.S. I think maybe up. It's somewhere between 4 and 6 that have banned it. The closest one to me being Rhode Island, like I said. But I just see there could be a health crisis with the young. I played a testimony from that mom that you came in late and saw, but then there was a couple more. There was some testimony before I think you came in from other people and how their addiction started on it. Like, and the main woman that was on the first video, like I'm gonna have to leave in a second. Unfortunately, I wanted to play a little bit more of it, but I do have to go do a transport right now. Unfortunately, I didn't get to finish, but I wanted to be able to play my clips before about it. But if you back up, I mean, I don't want to like keep playing this kind of stuff. I like to do like one and done kind of thing, but I guess it would be kind of weird if I do another live and then play half of it. But it's up to the people if they want to see the rest of that. I just don't have time to play it right now, unfortunately, because I wanted to get as much info out there. But I had other things I wanted to show. I just ran out of time. I should have started a little bit earlier. But let me see. What it boils down to is your intake. Like I said, if you're just occasionally buying one versus now you're spending all $7 times 15 a day, I think that would cause for concern, or there's definitely an issue, because I don't think it's normal to have the need to buy 12 to 15 of those a day, for instance. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like tells you there's probably a problem. If that's cutting into your pocketbook that you need that bad, or you're going to get sick. But hats off to the people it's helped, and only use an occasional and it works good for. But always remember, too, if you have any underlying psychological issues, especially mental ones, sometimes that's been known to really trigger it and set off other things, other personalities, other mood swings, mood disorders, mental disorders. It might not be a good idea to try that stuff. Yeah, I put all the links already in my description. And I put all 3 because I'm trying to do it beforehand now so people can go back and look at anything. So more than the things I played are in the description right now. It's just I have to go because I have to do a pickup right now, unfortunately, or I would stay with you guys. And let me see. I kind of wish I could stay and finish, but I'd have to leave it live and play music for a half hour. So that's really no fun. So let me just double check that. Yeah. I am gonna, let me see here. Well, at least I got more for next time. If it's really dead, nothing's on, maybe I'll come back and finish and do the other couple things I was going to play. But let me see here. Where the fuck is my shit? But on that note, I am gonna have to go, and I will just end it completely after the music when I'm in my car, because I'm gonna hop in my car so my ass ain't late, because I'm late for everything in my damn life, even my live streams. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys around the YouTube. It's been motherfucking boring lately. So somebody go live, would you? Please get on it. Somebody. Kels? Someone? Bye. Have a nice day.
Let's turn it this way a little, maybe. I got the pedal. Okay. It's fine It's cool. You can say that we're nothing, but you know the truth. And I guess I'm the fool. With her arms out like an angel through the car sunroof. Think I'm gonna call it up, 'cause you don't wanna call it love. You only wanna be the one that I call baby. You could kiss 100 boys in bars, shoot another shot, try to stop the feeling. You could say it's just the way you are, make another excuse, another stupid reason. Good luck, babe. Well, good luck, babe. You'd have to stop the world just to stop the feeling. Good luck, babe. Oh, good luck, babe. You'd have to stop the world just to stop the feeling. Now that I'm moving from the country, leaving this big city, oh, I'm finally moving on, moving out of Tennessee. Guess I'll be a little better and write a little letter to myself. Now that I'm driving down a back road, the one I always sped right past, and sitting on a back porch, slowing down and thinking back. Oh, and I can't help but wonder if you were really the one all along. And I'm doing what I said I'd never do, writing a country song.